Welcome back to Winning Hand. This is a new series we're doing, and I'm not entirely sure what the name is called, but I'm Boomguy, and I'm here with LazyTitan. What's up, man?
What's up? It's me. I'm here in this unnamed series.
It will have a name by the time you're listening or watching to this, but for now, I'm not sure. We'll call it, I don't know, every favorite hero's card or something like that. We'll think of a name. But the important part is, this came out of an idea from someone wrote in and said, hey, why don't you guys talk about your favorite heroes? I think it came after we did our tier list of the shield toss, all the defense events. We ranked everything. People really liked that. People like lists, they like rankings. And they said, hey, would you ever talk about your favorite heroes and maybe focus on a single card of that hero's kit to kind of talk about? So you keep the flavor of one card at a time, which is our thing. And I said, it's a pretty solid idea. And I floated it to LazyTitan, and he said, it's a pretty solid idea. And here we are.
And we're here. We're talking about it. We
are going to go through, and each of these videos is going to be kind of short, a video or audio if you're listening. We're just going to each pick one hero. We did the Pub Meeple ranking. We're going to go through the whole list, and we're going to talk about the heroes that we love, that we really like, and we're going to talk about one card in their kit, just our favorite card. It's not their best, not their most powerful, not whatever, just our favorite, whatever that means, fun, I don't know, whatever it means to you. It's subjective. And we decided to start at the top. We're not going to count this down. We're going to start with our number one. So each of us have our number one hero to talk about today, and we picked one card to talk about that hero, kind of to focus on. We'll also talk about the other ones. It's a bit experimental. I'm curious to see if we get any feedback on this, if people like it, if they want more of this, if they want less of this. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think, LazyTitan?
I think we'll see. And I think people will, I think avid listeners will know the answers to our number ones. And if these number ones surprise you, go back, listen to it all again. Do a little re-listen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons we didn't count it down. Most tier lists count down from 10 to 1. And we decided we're going to do our top 10. And it might go beyond 10 if people really want more. But we decided to start with 10. And there's really no mystery at the top, is what we decided, right? Like, our number one is not a mystery. If you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time, or if you have heard about Boomguy on the internet at any point in the last several years,
you for sure, even less of a mystery,
already know who my number one hero is. So we're going to start at the number one, and there might be mystery as we go down, as we get farther, or further, I should say, from our number ones.
I think the mystery will be in not which heroes are where, but why heroes are where they are.
Yeah, and I also have my list open. So when LazyTitan gives us a hero that he is talking about, I'll be able to say where on my Pub Meeple ranking that hero ended up on. So if you don't know what Pub Meeple is, it's a website where you can rank stuff. And a few months ago, everybody was ranking their favorite heroes. It was all over the Discord. A bunch of people did videos about it. I think we mentioned it in a video. I think in our Rogue video, episode 71. It's a while ago.
We went over it at one point.
We talked about it. Yeah. I don't know if we did the whole thing. We might have done the whole thing.
We went through our top and bottom 5, I think.
Yeah. Go back to episode 71. Number. Okay, so now we're going to go through, and so when we each pick one, the other person will be able to say where that is from them, and, I'll chime in, but primarily we're each going to pick the hero that we talk about. So, do you want to go first or second, LazyTitan?
I'll go first.
All right, you go first. I'm going to share your hero, and I want you to kind of give us a quick little intro of why that hero is your number one, why you love the hero, what you love about the hero, and then we'll transition to the card that you really want to focus on. So, I don't know if you need to you might as well just read it, right?
Might as well.
For the real ones, if the real ones are listening.
For the real ones who are listening.
Here is your card. Go ahead.
To absolutely nobody's surprise, my number one hero is Drax. He's been my number one hero pretty much since he came out and has yet to be dethroned. Drax is a 1/1/2. He is the Guardian trait, and he says he gets +1 attack for each Vengeance counter on him. And then he has a response. After the villain attacks Drax, place 1 Vengeance counter here to a maximum of 3. If you cannot, draw 1 card. He's got a hand size of 4 and 14 hit points. That's it. So Vengeance counters are after you attack 3 times, you have 4 attack effectively. And then every time after that, you have Spider Sense. but worse because it's after.
Wow.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Drax is kind of, for me, the quintessential like ready and attack hero. That archetype has been redone a couple times. Quicksilver did it first, technically, and then we got X-23 later.
Mhm.
And a lot of heroes can do that kind of style. X-23, Drax, and Quicksilver are the three big ones that I can think of off the top of my head. But like a lot of heroes have readies. But Drax is all about basic attacks specifically. That is his whole thing. His whole kit is about boosting and rewarding you for basic attacks, and then all of his events have something to do with his attack. So his defense event is based on his attack. It blocks damage equal to double his attack. His thwart event is thwart equal to his attack. He has a counterpunch copy, which is just hit back equal to your attack. So it's all built around getting his attack stat as high as possible. Very Drax themed.
Mhm.
And the card I picked was Knife Leap. Knife Leap is his like Drax's take on like the big attack card, like the swinging web kick style. For the real ones, it's a 3-cost event called Knife Leap. It's traded as a skill. It has the hero interrupt. When you make a basic attack, you get +5 attack for that attack. That attack gains overkill and piercing. But the big important thing is reduce the cost to play this card by 1 for each vengeance counter on Drax. That is the kicker. So this card is usually 0 cost. It is free. I also didn't realize until reading this that this card says attack so many times.
Yeah.
But it does what Drax... It's the perfect big Drax card because the number one thing that gets in the way of a big basic attack hero is minions. Like if I'm playing Venom and I get those little 2-health symbiotes, those are really annoying because they make me waste my 6+ attack is usually where Drax ends up at. Wasting 6 attack on a 2 or anything less than a 6-health minion feels pretty bad. Knife Leap is the perfect answer to that, which keeps your Drax like efficiency flowing. And it is because it gives him piercing and overkill, which lets you deal with every minion. And when you're attacking for 11 with piercing and overkill, it's going to clear out anything you need it to. And then whatever is left will just get thrown to the villain. And then you'll ready yourself through some way that you can, and you're going to swing at the villain again. So it's a little not super flashy. Technically, 3 costs for 5 damage is bad, but it's not actually 3 cost. But honestly, the biggest thing about this card is the overkill and piercing. The +5 attack is just kind of a cherry on top. It's just a perfect way to keep the Draxin, where you're just swinging constantly. And I don't know why, but I feel like every time I draw this card, I have a use for it. Every time there's a minion that somebody has. If you're playing a multiplayer game, you can use this to kill somebody else's minion. You can use this to break tough cards on the villain. It's just so useful and very underrated. I think a lot of people were expecting Dweethit Mastery. We know that's his best card. Dweethit Mastery is super good, but Knife Leap is the secret sauce to any Drax deck, I think.
It definitely has shades of a card I really love for another hero that is really high on my list. Maid of Rage from Colossus, which is a 0-cost event, which is analogous because this often doesn't cost 3. It often costs 1 or 0. And you discard a tough card to give you +6 with overkill. So it feels a lot like that, which is cool. You know, it feels a lot. There's heroes that have this. Cyclops has one, right? His big overkill, whatever.
Super blast.
Super laser. But shoot beam or whatever.
Piercing is a little harder to come by and is super big. I also do love the art on this card. It is exactly what it says on the box. It's Drax jumping at the camera with 2 knives, and he's gonna kill you. And I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think, would it be crazy if Drax had a 3 hand size? Would that be crazy?
I think it would be unnecessary. Psylocke has a 3 hand size, right?
No, SPDR.
SPDR. I thought Psylocke also had one. But generally, every other hero that has a 4 hand size has some kind of built-in, like, good resource generator. Drax actually has no resource generators. He has not a single way to generate more resources, except for if you count Dweethit Mastery.
Which
and he has... You should. So you can count Dweethit Mastery. It's only a 1 of. And then his hero ability draws him cards, but only after you've been attacked 3 times. And once you flip over, you lose all your counters. So you can't like set it up and then knock him down later. You have to be attacked at least 3 times in a row to then start gaining value. So he's very much punished for flipping down. And I think giving him a 3 hand size is a punishment that he doesn't even really need. 4 hand size often feels pretty bad, but I understand what they're going for this. I think he could probably have a 5. But
agreed.
Colossus gets the 4 because he's got the Iron Will. Any hero who can easily draw cards for something free like Dweethit or Iron Will generally gets a 4. So I'm not mad about it. Or Thor also has a 4 hand size. So I'm not mad about it, but it is. I don't think he needed a 3. I think 3 is specifically for SPDR because she has so much money.
That's fair. I think Drax often has a lot of money too, but
yes.
I think so. Drax, you love Drax. You love the play pattern of Drax. Like, tell me more what you love about Drax.
Drax is he's the perfect epitome of what I like about Marvel Champions, which is for those who have not heard me talk on the internet before, I like aggression. I like doing damage. I like playing cards that do damage. I like killing the villain. I like killing minions. And Drax does that to a T.
Yeah.
But he also does I like minion collecting. I like that whole thing. But Drax does one of my favorite things, which is he just cuts the nonsense. And so you don't ever pull minions with Drax, really, because you don't need to. You can, but I don't often do it, but you don't really want to pull minions. You don't want to collect minions. You don't want to thwart side schemes. You don't want to bait being attacked any more than you need to.
You don't want to thwart, really.
You don't want to thwart. You just want to kill the villain as fast as you possibly can, which is very thematic for Drax, but also super fun. And Knife Leap means just like every minion is just like a roadblock. It's just like a speed bump that you just kind of hit and just keep going. And you're just are running through the villain. As soon as you get Dweethit Mastery out, Drax turns on and you're flying. You have limitless stamina, and you have the CITT for the Guardians, and you have, if you're playing protection or aggression, you have multiple different ways to ready, and you just turn sideways, deal whatever your stat is. You just kind of have it for, it's usually 6 if you play protection because that's the highest you can get. So you're just, okay, 6, ready, 6, ready, do it again, do it again, do it again. And you just, every time you draw a card in protection, I love it the most because there's so many cheap ways to ready. So if you draw a leading blow, you just attack, draw a leading blow, ready yourself with something, attack with the leading blow, play it. It's not going to reduce it by 6, deal some damage, and then ready yourself again, and then do it again. And it just the chaining of these cards into each other just keep going and going and going and going till you finally run out of gas is so fun. It's like Quicksilver, but you get to draw cards, which is the most fun part about it. Quicksilver is super fun, and I love friction resistance, which feels almost the same because it is generating a resource every time you do a basic attack or use an ability. But Drax is, first of all damage. I also love the green color scheme of his cards. But also, he's just, every single phase of the turn, you're doing damage. Your turn, you're attacking, you're doing damage. The villain attacks you, you parry. And parry is fun because it is effectively a shield block once you're set up, right? It's blocking 8 damage minimum. With his knives, usually 10. But it's not infinite damage. Because blocking shield block, I'm just going to take no damage. You get to do the fun, like, cocky thing of being like, oh, does the villain do 14 damage? Okay, then I'm not taking anything. I'm not doing it. It's not doing anything to me. I'm Drax. And then you counterpunch. If you play in protection and you have counterpunch in hand, you can be attacked by the villain, parry, counterpunch with his card and the other one, and do like 12 damage back. And then draw a card, get to your turn, attack, draw a card, and you're just doing stuff all the time. His kit is super cheap. It's mostly 0 and 1. Fight Me Coward is 0. Knife Leap is effectively 0. His parry is 0. His counterpunch is 0. Counterattack, I think it's called. It's just all super cheap, low to the ground damage, which is super, super fun. And you're just always doing something, which is my favorite part of the game.
Yeah, like cheap events just always feel good, right? Like cheap events feel fun because you can play a lot of cards. It lets you do things. I agree. I really love readying and hitting things. That's just like a fun, to me, readying and attacking or readying and thwarting is more fun than playing a thwart event. Even if it ends up being the same resources, like it's just fun to do your hero stuff. Like it's a superhero power fantasy, so like that's fun. I think Drax is cool. He's one that I didn't play for a long time because you and I have played a lot of 2-player, and I've seen you play Drax so many times that I feel like I got the Drax experience. I've recently branched out, and I've tried him in different aspects too. I know green is your favorite aspect for him. You love playing him in protection.
I do love playing in protection.
I've
been meaning to.
I think he's good in aggression.
I agree. I tried him out once we got aggressive conditioning because that was another way to stack. So now you can get his attack to 8, which is
wild,
super wild. 8 attack with that many readies built in is so good. Also, fight me, coward.
Quick strike, just like 2 cost, deal damage equal to your attack.
I had that one in there.
8. Crazy.
2 for 8 damage is super good.
He likes firepower. He's got weapons, 2 of them that you can exhaust with no penalty.
Weapons. Yeah, that's what I had in my aggression deck, and it was pretty good.
Firepower is 1 for 6 at that point. Like that's just good.
Firepower, yeah, 1 for 6 with no extra thing. You can throw Yarnbjorn in there, but you actually don't need to. And his knives give him +1 attack and retaliate, so you're doing even more damage. You just keep everything is damaged with Drax, and that's super fun.
Yeah, I think Drax is cool. I also think Drax is fun in leadership. I've tried him a few times. I really like the "You Got This" is fun for him. Noble Sacrifice is fun for him to just keep him alive. You said you don't do a lot of minion stuff with Drax. Do you find yourself ever running things like spoiling for a fight in aggression, or things like come get me bub in protection, just for the other benefits?
I didn't run. I believe my Drax aggression deck, which I think I've posted on Marvel's CDB somewhere. It's called the Eightfold Path, I think. It is. I believe I don't run spoiling for a fight in there, generally because for Drax, it is just a play it, ready it, and then use that ready to kill the minion. But it does cycle through the deck, so I can see the value in it. I was not a believer in Come Get Me Bub until shout out to Hit Buttons on the Discord.
Hit Buttons.
I was not a believer. I didn't like it because I thought it was just spinning wheels. But then I witnessed his Drax deck play it, and he changed my mind on Taunt and Come Get Me Bub, because his deck, his version of Drax Protection is crazy, and that was flying.
I wonder if spoiling for a fight, like you just pull a minion and then ignore it. Like ignore them, don't hit them, and you just ignore it and slap for 8 or whatever, or draw a knife leap and just overkill it. I wonder if spoiling for a fight's worth it, because it's you pull
also,
a minion,
but
hand whatever.
Hand cannons in aggression is another way to set up firepower. So it could be, although I think his knives are restricted, but it could be worth it. I definitely can see it. Spoiling for a fight, I feel like doesn't get played as much as I want it to. I don't think it's maybe. I don't know. I just don't play it a lot, but I think it could.
Spoiling for a fight is low key a trap card.
It might be.
It seems
honestly
cool at first glance, but I don't think it actually is.
It seems cool, but I think it's like the peak wheel spinner card, because it's play a card to ready yourself, and 95% of the time you're just using that ready to kill that minion.
Or not even. Like if you ready an attack for 2 or 3, you might not even kill that minion.
Yeah, that's why I feel like heroes who aren't attacking for that much don't even play it. And then if you're playing it in like someone who can draw a card off it, like Drax or Rocket, then you're just cantripping, which is fine. You're just cycling a card, which is good. And you're getting to your next stuff. But I don't know. I don't love it always, I feel like. Yeah,
I think it's low-key a trap. I'd be interested in what people say. This isn't about spoiling for a fight, but I think spoiling for a fight is actually not a very good card. Unless you have some ancillary benefit. I have used it in some heroes. I think that it makes sense, but I think that list is pretty short.
Yep.
All right. Any final thoughts on Drax before we go to my surprise number 1?
No. Drax is great. Everyone should try him. If you like readying, if you like X-23, Drax is the original. If you like Quicksilver, Drax is the better version. He's my green bean killing machine. I love it.
And if you squint really hard and just play the cards without reading the text too closely, you can kind of pretend you're playing Hulk, because he's green and muscly, and you're just smashing. So
yeah, if you're red-green colorblind and you just like kind of squint, it's Hulk. And
all the Hulk haters out there, just play Drax and don't think too hard, and it's Hulk.
Yeah, it's also a 4-letter name. So like if you just kind of squint, if you're a little dyslexic and colorblind, it's fine. It doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna go to my number 1, which everybody I think This could be a big surprise for a lot of people.
I think it's going to be a big surprise.
I don't think people are prepared. I think if you've engaged with me on the internet, you probably have a pretty good idea what this is. And then when I actually reveal it, I think there's going to be a big surprise.
Yeah.
So prepare, ready or not, the people. Here's Boomguy's favorite. Boomguy's favorite, my favorite, is, of course, Vision, the singular android. I know. I'm going to save that face you're making right now and put it on the thumbnail on YouTube.
For sure.
Boomguy's
favorite hero?
Yeah, you won't believe it. You won't believe Boomguy's number one. It's, of course, Vision. I really like Vision. I had no thematic connection to this character before he came out. I was not super excited when he was announced. But as I began to play Vision, I really fell in love with the play pattern. Now, I do think it's 2025. It's almost 2026 now as we're recording this. It's on the cusp of New Year's. So I do think I play Vision a lot less than I used to. Like, some of why Vision is my number one at this point, if I'm being totally honest, is like some sentimentality. Like, I played him so much and love him so much. I still really love Vision. I do think that some of the things he does have been replicated in other heroes that I also enjoy, and I just played him so much that I don't play him as much as I used to. However, Vision is like an amazing example of what I love in playing a hero. I love that he has an answer for everything at a given time. I love when I'm playing the game, I like to have a deck that has a central idea, has a path that it wants to take, but has the flexibility to deal with things and make tactical decisions here and there as things arise. So, oh no, I got a tough card in front of me. Well, Vision's got piercing. He can also get retaliate if you need to, so no worries. I'm getting a lot of statuses from the bad guy. Oh, that's okay, because he can also get stalwart if he needs it. I don't have enough resources.
Also attack without attacking. He's got plenty of ways often in his decks that can let him do damage without playing the attack keyword, so you can get around stuns.
Yeah, he has ways to deal with resources. He's got a static resource, wild resource generator, which is crazy.
Also gives him aerial.
Ways to recur cards. He can get aerial. He has confuse in his kit. He has stun in his kit. He's got a pretty crazy defense event if you can get it the timing right. He has this built-in card draw with his form changing. Like, he has so many things. And then the most unique thing, of course, is this sitting in a tangible and reducing damage by 2. So he has so many good things going for him. And I think the trick is you just want to have the right tool at the right time. So that's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
He is a Swiss Army knife. You just have to, there's a little skill in making sure you have the right tool when you need it.
He is definitely one of the more toolboxy heroes. He does, like, thinking about his kit now, he does actually have a lot of like 1-ofs and 2-ofs that are perfect answers to any issue.
Yeah. He has like so many cool answers to everything, right? And so many of his cards are 1 copy each, right? Like, he's got a great signature ally. He has a cool alter ego support. He has his cape,
mass
of course,
increase,
his gem, mass increase. Crazy defense event, only 1 copy. He's got phase disruption, which gives you confuse and discards an attachment on an enemy, which is hard to come by. It's the first one. And it's a difficult skill, and it's only 1 copy. And then he has 2 copies of his thwart event, which ignores crisis. Again, another toolbox. He's got piercing, super strike. He's got 2 copies of that. So he has
retaliate. He's got stalwart on demand. He's got a lot of
stalwart on demand. There's only 2 heroes that can do that. Okay,
stalwart on demand is better. Stalwart on demand is more fun, I think, than just permanent stalwart, because you get to do the thing where you're like, oh, I got stunned. What if I wasn't?
Just flip forms and the stun falls off. Done. Saves you an activation. So he's got so many cool things. So that's why I like him so much. And it extends to his alter ego, right? Like, you can flip down, you have a decision. Well, do I need more recovery, or do I want a higher hand size in alter ego? Like, you can also choose that based on your mass form. So he has so many cool things going for him. I should read it in case anybody is not familiar with Vision. He is, of course, a 2 thwart, 0 attack, 0 defense. He has an action where you can change your mass form by flipping. You can change mass form by flipping your mass form upgrade over once per round. So he has this secondary card, and he was the first one to have it. Now Nick has it. Shadowcat has it. Other people have it now, but he was the first one to have it. So it's cool. And then his mass form gives him, +2 attack and +2 defense when you flip to the dense side. And The other side, it gives
Dense
you
also draws you a card.
and also draws you a card, yeah, and reduces all damage by 2 from an attack only. I wish it was from all sources that feel more thematic, but it's only from an
could
attack.
be all sources.
Anyway, so that's Vision. I think everyone knows that I love Vision, but I wanted to talk about why I like him so much. I love that's having these decisions, and I think you'll see in this series as we talk about our favorite heroes, a lot of my heroes have that same thing where I just have an answer to all these different things. I have a huge toolbox, and the skill then is for me in finding the right tool at the right time. So with that in mind, go ahead.
I think that both our favorite heroes are very indicative of our play styles. Vision is very much toolboxy. He's very very tactical, very like reactionary to what's happening. Whereas Drax is, ironically, very strategic and sort of higher level, like, I'm going to do this thing. And that's also generally how my decks function.
Mm-hmm.
I like to pick a thing and do it as best as possible and just run down that road and pivot when I need to, but try to keep on the stretch. And you like to react and pivot to what you need to, what the table needs all the time. If I'm doing damage, I'm doing damage. And I have 2 thwart cards. If I draw them, I'll play them, but I'm just running.
Yeah. And in that light, the card I kind of want to talk about with him the most is what I think is his best card. It's also probably his most fun card, which is Solar Beam. Solar Beam is a 3-cost event that is attack, superpower, and thwart traded. And as a hero action attack, if Vision's in dense mass form, deal 7 damage to an enemy. Hero action thwart, if Vision is in intangible mass form, remove 5 threat from a scheme. So unlike his other toolbox cards that say this can only be played in this form, like Mass Increase, Phase Disruption, Just Passing Through, and Super Dense Strike all say can only be played in the given form, this is the ultimate flexibility. So this, there's no chance that I am in the quote unquote wrong form. If I've already used my form changing and I draw this off of my card draw, I can still play it in dense form. Just Passing Through, for example, or Phase Disruption, if you flip to dense and draw a card and that's the one you draw, you can't play it, you're kind of stuck. But here, I can deal 7 damage to an enemy or 5 thwart. I mean, these are like just short of benchmark numbers, right? 3 for 8 is the benchmark at the beginning.
And 3 for 6.
3 for 5? Who
for
else
6
is 3 for 6 thwart?
3 for 6 is Crisis Averted. So
that's Shadowcats?
The Justice
the
card.
Justice event. Yeah.
3 for 6 is kind of a little bit. 2 for 4 is the benchmark because with 4 Justice. So 3 for 6, it's 1 for 2 thwart kind of. So 3 for 6 is kind of there. So it's just a little bit below standard on both.
But
it's both.
Still a lot.
Yes, that is the big thing. It's both. And there are some heroes who do have 3 for 7, like Valkyrie has a 3 for 7 attack instead of a 3 for 8. So her card is, it gets overkill, but this is just straight better.
Yeah, this is just straight better because it's whatever you need in a given form, right? Like there's rounds where I draw 2 of these and I'm in intangible, I might thwart for 5, then flip to dense form, draw a card, and then attack for 7. Like you just have so much flexibility to control whatever you need to control.
And because Vision can be in every form every turn, because he starts in one and can flip to the other, he has perfect control over his flexibility. Whereas like someone like Shadowcat has to do a little bit of like a dance to keep in the right form, or like Nick has to do a little bit of a game to keep in his form. Vision is always in exactly what you need him to be, except on the villain's turn, which is why his defense card is a little bit worse than some of the other ones. But I also think this is dope because it's important for him to have a card that isn't locked. So this card, it does a thing in both times where the rest of his cards are locked to a mass form.
Yeah.
It's good for him to have a versatile answer.
I think this is so good. And I think to me, this is the most fun card and it feels like his strongest card maybe. I think a low-key kind of event I want to talk about is Density Control. Density Control is an upgrade that's 1 cost, and it says hero responds after you change mass form, you discard it to add a Vision event from your discard pile to your hand. That also sets up a lot of his combinations, right? Yes. So I need the confuse. I'll flip to intangible, discard Density Control, and go grab Phase Disruption to play it. Oh, I need my defense event. I'm going to be in dense form. Okay, I'll flip, discard Density Control, grab my defense event, which is crazy, and then I'll play that one in dense form. So I think Density Control smooths out a lot of the issues that come with like just the trickiness of kind of being in the right place. And that's the ultimate toolbox card. Like Density Control means that once you play that out, whatever form you go to, you'll be able to grab whatever card you want. It's a great finisher, right? You start in intangible, you have one solar beam, you flip to
Or you
flip
play
to
flip
flip to
down.
dense form, draw
grab
a
it
card, trip density control to grab the other solar beam, and then you have two of them in your hand and you go crazy. Like, it's a finisher. It's just really, really strong.
Yeah. Vision, unlike a lot of toolbox heroes, has effectively complete control over his toolbox and can always have whatever he needs. Whether he needs to flip down, use 616 to go find any android he needs, whether he needs to flip his form to change Vivian to be whatever he needs, whether he needs to get a card back out of his discard pile or have any keyword, basically, he just has complete ability to control his own effectiveness of the board, which is very strong. And he's not the best at anything.
No,
but that's fine because he
I'm
can
always
do
a
everything.
little surprised, to be totally honest. I hear people talking online, or people message me, or I talk to people in real life at meetups and at events. People are always like, "Oh yeah, Vision." I don't know. I think he is so powerful. He has so many tools, and many of them, some of them, like other heroes just don't have. Like there's a very short list of heroes that can get Stalwart. There's a very short list of heroes that can get built-in Retaliate. There's a very short list of heroes that can discard villain attachments, and he has all three of those. Like
Yes.
he has three very specific things. He has piercing.
Also ignores Crisis and
he ignores
piercing.
Crisis. He
Can give himself tough cards. He just has.
He has so
has
many good
everything.
things.
And I think, honestly, the biggest reason why Vision is maybe a little underpowered is because he's old. I think if they made Vision now, he would be very, very good. And I don't know why people didn't like him when he came out.
I don't know. I mean, I think some of it had to do with this pre-con, and we did a whole deep dive on Vision, so you can go back and listen to those 4 episodes. There was some peculiarities with how his pre-con was designed and rules changes that happened before he shipped.
Yep.
So his pre-con, the defending stuff got a little weird.
This is also all with his weird ruling that they decided that he just doesn't get a 6 hand size when you start the game. That's a weird ruling. And even then, he also his stats are toolboxy. He can give himself more recovery, attack, or defense at any given moment. He has a built-in ready with the android card. What's it called? One cost, ready and android.
Yeah,
reboot.
The
that's something.
basic card.
Not built in technically, but it's for Vision.
Yeah, I mean, that's not technically part of his kit, but like you said, it's a 1 cost heal 1 and ready and android, which you can use for Vivian or you could use for yourself. Like
either one is very good.
I don't know. People make these lists of the most powerful heroes. He sniffs any of those lists. Like he's not close to any of them. And I think he has arguably more control over his kit than any maybe hero in the game. I don't know. I'd have to do it. But like, is he Doctor Strange and is he Spider-Ham level? No. But I don't think he's that far off. I think he's incredibly strong, and a lot of people are sleeping on him. So if you're listening to this and you've always wondered, why the heck does Boomguy like Vision so much? Here it is. I'm telling you, like, he just has everything. Every time I play him, I'm like, oh, this is smooth. Like, I can handle every problem. I can deal with everything I need to do. But it never feels like I'm Doctor Strange, and it's just like, oh, this is a joke. It's never like Spider-Ham. It's like, oh, well, I'll just, cartoon physics, take no damage, ha ha ha. Like, it never feels like he makes it a joke, but it just is like fun and strong.
He's a super fun toolbox hero, but his cards aren't broken. Yeah, which is what makes things like Doctor Strange and Spider-Ham broken, is that their cards are ridiculous, and they're also able to do whatever they want with them. So they have like infinite resources and a ton of really good cards, and their cards are broken. Whereas Spider-Ham or Vision he has good resources, good economy. He's got a ton of stuff he can do, but his cards are just fair. So you just get to feel like a toolbox hero without feeling like you're cheating a little bit, whereas like Doctor Strange has that feeling sometimes.
Yeah. All his cards, almost all of them are superpowers, so Def Focus fits great. He's an Avenger,
has him on it.
So he has Quinn Carrier. He also is an Avenger, so he has access to all the Avenger cards like Inspiring Presence, which is basically another reboot for Vivian if you want to go that path. He's got a great sidekick ally. He's Ariel. Like, he has so much.
He's very, very versatile.
So if you have not gone back to Vision in a while, please give him a try. I think he has builds, I think, in every aspect that are fun and strong against even top tier heroes or villains rather. Yeah, so that's Vision, and I think And I think this series is going to be fun for us because we're just going to talk about like heroes that we love. Obviously, the longer it goes on, we will love them a little bit less each time.
Yep.
Um,
That
but
the
this is
nature.
our number ones. So
That's why we
these are
started with the
just-
number ones, right?
Yeah.
To start it off with some hype.
Yeah,
Like, I
hyped.
really do love Drax. I think he's so fun. He fits my playstyle so well. I don't branch out with him as much because my protection deck is one of my favorite decks in the game.
Mhm.
And whenever I'm like, oh, I want to play my Drax protection deck, that I know I want to play that. That's what I want to do, and I want to just do the thing. And it's so good and it's so fun. It's the best.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite deck. I really like the minion collector deck. That's a really fun one. My record with playing Bring It with Vision is drawing 20 cards. That's the most I ever got. Trying to farm it as just an achievement unlocked.
Also,
but
the minion collector was born with Vision.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing people did before Vision.
no. But I think he does the minion collector really well in other aspects. Like you don't have access to Bring It, but in protection, I think he's really great.
Pinned
Cards
down.
like Iceman, Pinned Down. There's there's a lot of other cards off the
What's
top
the
of
other
my head.
one? Height Supremacy. Even that's playable.
Oh yeah, height advantage. Height advantage is
advantage,
playable in Vision. Like I just -1 from everything else.
-1
yeah.
isn't good, but when it's 3, it's now suddenly very good.
Exactly. Yeah. So Vision is great. Drax is great. I'd love to hear people's thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Send me an email, winninghandpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to talk about Vision or talk about Drax, we'd love to hear what your experiences are. Do you love them? Do you hate them? How do they land for you? Before we go, I should say, we forgot to say earlier, where does Vision land for you on your list?
Oh,
LazyTitan.
let me check. I don't, as much as I talked up Vision, I don't think he's very high on my list. 42.
Oof.
This was before Tigra and She-Hulk. This is just after the Nick wave is when we did this.
It's a rough
So,
review.
It's a rough review. Vision, I understand why he's cool, but he's not my playstyle. That's not what I like to do.
Fair.
So it seems like a rough ranking, but 42 is high enough that it's not like bad. He's above like Valkyrie and Bishop and Falcon.
It's just outside the top, like a bottom 10 though. For me, Drax is number 28. He's like, it's almost exactly in the middle, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have fun with him. I like him. He's got builds in various aspects, but he's very middle of the road for me. I always have a good time, but I don't feel drawn to play him a lot. So, anyway, that's the first episode of this series. We're going to record some more of these, and I'll keep sharing them. If you want to hear more of this, let me know. If you liked it, didn't like it. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you didn't like it, it'd be great if you just hit it anywhere on your way out because it helps me out. And that's it. And we'll be back for another episode of this in some indeterminate amount of time. So, LazyTitan, what'd you think of this first episode?
I thought it was fun. I like talking about my favorite heroes.
Yeah, everyone does. That's why they're your favorites.